Well, this is one of those things that I did not expect to come across online. Chuck Norris. Yes, he was a down-to-earth man who was very grounded in life and was a sane man in basically every facet of modern society. And I came across a post yesterday on, well, not yesterday, but today on Facebook, that yesterday Chuck Norris is dead, which I did not think that he was gonna die. I didn't even know how old he was. I didn't even know he was like 86 years old. And I looked at his recent pictures. He is in the best health that I've seen anyone in at that age. You know, besides one person who I've been friends with who is like, what, 76 years old, and he's in perfect health. Like, he can walk around. He doesn't have a cane or anything. He has his own ranch. So yeah, he definitely knows his way around life. Chuck Norris, I don't know him personally, but I can assume that he was the same way as the 76-year-old that I'm friends with. And it really sucks because, you know, he looked like someone who could seriously live up to 100. But unfortunately, his life got cut short. By what? I have no idea. Maybe it would have been natural causes. Maybe it might have been some underlying mental issues or physical issues, physical problems, physical health problems, or I don't know. But I can certainly say that he definitely looks like the person who would have made it up to 100. I've heard of this person before, but I've never really gone in depth of this person. Oh, fuck! I wish I did. I wish I knew about Chuck Norris a little bit more, because he seemed like the type of person that I would be inspired by. I'm 21 years old, and I don't dream of having to be assisted into a wheelchair at an older age and have myself die when I have a lot more potential to live longer and be in perfect health. And you know, I have went to the gym. I've put a lot of effort and passion into working out when I was 19 until I just stopped short of me turning 20. And ever since then, I've stopped working out. I haven't started working out again since. Actually, no, I've attempted a couple of times, but it would only be a week, and no more than a week, before I just gave up and stopped going to the gym again. Maybe it was the passion that I don't know, that I was going to become a better person, but circumstances forced me to, well, not forced, but I've lost the motivation to try and become a better person, physically and, you know, mentally, and, you know, be more mentally grounded. And circumstances in my life certainly didn't help matters. And Chuck Norris would have been the person I would have looked up towards, since he was more grounded in reality, and, you know, he's found avenues to stay in the shape that he was. And I would have lived vicariously through him by going to the gym, but I didn't really invest myself into this person before he died. I wish I did. And while he was alive, I definitely would have had more of an investment into Chuck Norris. And yeah, I know all the memes of, you know, Chuck Norris is inevitable. Chuck Norris will never die. Chuck Norris will never pussy out on things. Chuck Norris will always be this great legend. Like, it goes deeper than that, you know, because Chuck Norris actually has some ways to navigate through life Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just how he comes off as, and I'm just basing it on that. But like everyone talks about him and how much of a badass he is, which I do agree, because he seems like a badass. I don't know, maybe I have to watch his shows and maybe have more of an investment into him and maybe see what he did to, I guess, stick to the motivation that he had to, you know, be a badass. But yeah, rest in peace, Chuck Norris. It was a damn shame that he died on the day that he did. And well, I guess that's all I have to say on Chuck Norris. Alright, well, that's all I have to say. Catch you guys later.